tell me if you've ever been in a relationship where, you've met someone and they are everything that you've ever hoped for in a partner. They're smart, attractive, witty. You enjoy spending time with them. Maybe they even give you this feeling inside, whether it's butterflies or your heart racing, or all you can do is think about this person. When you finally get to the place in your relationship where you have sex with the person, the excitement that you normally feel with them doing other things is just not there. In fact, it's boring. And you wonder, how can things be so great outside of the bedroom and so boring inside the bedroom? Has that ever happened to you? Or perhaps you're in a long-term relationship, married or otherwise, and maybe you're happy in your relationship, which is good. But then maybe you realize that you and your partner don't have sex that often anymore. Maybe it's because the sex isn't the same as it used to be. When you two first got together, y'all had sex all the time, wherever you could, whenever you could, in any way that you could. But as time went on and time dwindled, so did those experiences. And now you find that it's become rather boring. Maybe on Valentine's Day, birthdays, anniversaries, or special occasions. But even then, it's still a little boring. Can you relate to that? If you can relate to either of these situations, have no fear. And believe me when I tell you that you are not alone. So many people write to me often about the same scenario. Therefore, I want to help you today. Boredom in the bedroom is a terrible thing. If you are just starting a relationship, it gives you feelings of incompatibility with your partner. You start thinking, maybe they're not the one, right? Maybe there is no chemistry in this relationship. Or if you've been in a long-term relationship, you begin losing the connectedness to your partner. You begin thinking that maybe the passion is just gone. Maybe it's just run its course, or perhaps that you're losing that you're losing interest in your partner, or maybe that they are losing interest in you. In either case, you avoid having sex out of fear of the outcome. And we want to fix that right now. And to do that, I'm going to give you 5 things besides listening to this show every week, okay? Listen to this show every week. That's going to help you. But also, I want you to try to incorporate these 5 things into your relationship and into your sex life. The first thing I want you to do is to talk to your partner about your sexual desires. I don't know how many times on this show or wherever else I've spoken, I've always talked about the importance of communication. And here's a prime example of how you can use that important communicative skill and put it into place in your relationship. All of us have sexual desires. We all have turn-ons, right? We all have fantasies that we would like to live out. And often we don't discuss them. We don't tell other people about them, maybe because we're worried of what someone would think. We are nervous about how society might view it, or the fact that in our culture, it is not necessarily appropriate to talk about sex. And sadly, most couples, regardless of how long they have been in a relationship, still do not discuss their sexual wants, needs, and desires with their partner. This is such a common issue. You may even be listening to this podcast, but the thought of talking to someone about your sex life absolutely terrifies you. Or perhaps you might talk about it with your friends, And we see this happen often as well. People may talk about it with their friends, and they may complain with those that they are closest to about their sex life, but they are intimidated to talk to their partner about it because they're afraid that either their partner will feel rejected or that their partner will be offended, and it would cause greater problems. But what I really would like for you to do, and the most important thing for you to do, is to sit down with your partner and to talk about your fantasies. Not just tell them the things that you would like, but also ask them about the things that they would like. Ask them to tell you about their fantasies, and then I want you to find ways to incorporate these things into your lovemaking. And you may find that this is fun and a bit exciting, and it adds a little bit of adventure and exploration into things. You know, when you're first in a relationship, one reason why there's so much passion and excitement and you get these feelings that you cannot wait to be around this person again is because it's all new. It all feels new. It's all things you haven't experienced before, but now you can really incorporate those feelings back in your relationship by adding these things that are new and they are exciting. So you're kind of rekindling that feeling that you had when you first started that relationship.